And we're back with the next figure from the TF Nation 2024 haul, and it's Hunt for the Decepticons Ironhide. Here he is already in a size comparison next to B, so yeah. Yeah, Movieverse Ironhide as a deluxe figure. A little bit weird. As you can see, he does have the standard Ironhide vehicle mode, a GMC top kick, which is a rather large pickup truck. In fact, the real life vehicle was actually so big it was such a large pickup truck. It was also available as like a semi truck in some cases. Like it's such a big automobile that you could get it either as a pickup truck, a van, or a small semi-truck with the option of a removable trailer, I think. Needless to say, the figure itself looks nice. Can't quite get this side to be closed, but then again, the transformation on this figure is actually pain. Yeah. Kind of a brownish gray plastic for the wheels, which is quite interesting. Oh well, it rolls quite well. Detailing is quite nice. You got the GMC logo on the grille, little Autobot symbol there on the windshield, and some red paint on the tail lights. So yeah, there's some detailing on it, but it's a bit basic. Anyway, let's transform this thing. Once we get to robot mode, you'll actually notice a little thing that I already did to enhance him slightly. So we take this section here from the bed and we fold that up. Oh, now you want to close up more. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, then we can flip up the tailgate section here of the trunk. Bring the feet down. I think we can already split the legs somewhat, and then we flip in the feet. We flip the rear wheels onto the insides of the feet. Okay. Now let's see if we can already bring this entire middle section down here, because it is very stiff and it's not fun to move. Or do we... Hold on, gotta raise the tripod a bit. I think this is good. Let's see, come on. Bring this section, yeah, come on, there we go, we got movement, okay. Yeah, bring the entire lower body down, then we take these door panels, so we can flip those flush into his back. Okay, now we get to the real annoying part, which is the upper body. So, you can kind of pull the arm, you split the arms here, which form the main mass of the cab, and you flail them out to the side. And while you're at it, you also want to bring them outwards on these joints here. And at the same time, you also want to take the nose of the truck, split it, and take this and pull those sections out on these little slider joints, like this. Now that you got that all done, now it's a case of taking these light blue sections with the shoulder ball joints and hinge them as far out as possible so that the ball joints themselves are in a more normal position. All the while, you want to also take this center portion of the front bumper with the road armor molded on here. You can just about make that out. This is obviously this will obviously become his robot mode chest. So you want to fold that down on a double hinge to create clearance so you can bring the head out, while you're also bringing the windshield of the truck as far down as possible, which sadly isn't even very far. So yeah, this is a very annoying transformation actually. Maybe the head is also a bit loose now that I look at it. Yeah, once you got some of that all done, then you can start bringing everything in position. And while you're at it, flip the front wheels of the truck underneath the nose portions, like so. And then take the cab kibble and rotate it 180 degrees around. Obviously on this side it has already done the little thing that I have to show you. Yeah, he does have only one of his actual cannons, the one here on the right arm, which actually opens up because of the transformation. Like, you need to have it open when you go into truck mode. So for robo mode, you close it back up like this. And then you also do some stuff with these hook-shaped panels on his thighs. But yeah, there you have Ironhide in his robot mode, complete with light blue paint on his eyes. That's done by myself. Because originally his eyes were a much darker blue, the same translucent blue that's used for the windows. And it was the window on the back of his head was so small, and the eyes were so small, and the blue itself was just dark enough of a shade that the light piping didn't really work, which is very unhelpful. As I try to keep my tripod a bit balanced. For fuck's sake. Come on. Size comparison with Bumblebee. Yeah, maybe Ironhide looks a little bit beefier in the chest in some areas, but overall, Bumblebee kind of looks a bit bigger. Even if Ironhide might be a wee bit taller, but yeah, it's weird. Then again, doing a deluxe class figure of this guy is weird. If anything, this really should have been... They should have taken this and just made it a Voyager. Complete with his more symmetrical head, which I actually prefer, even though if you look closely enough, I did kind of do some custom battle scarring above his right eye. You can kind of see it there. But it's not like major scarring, shall we say. Like, it's not to the point that he actually has a slightly asymmetric head sculpt, which ironically that I don't like for Ironhide very much. Like, just give him a slight scar on across the right hand side of his head. So, like, superficial scarring at worst, shall we say. Anyway, might as well just get onto the articulation here real quick. The head is on a ball joint, a little bit loose on my copy, but that's probably because of a different reason that some of you may or may not have already seen on Facebook. But yeah, arms. Ball joint at the shoulder, so you get forwards, backwards, and outwards. Bicep rotation, that's better for inward bending. 90-degree hinge at the elbow, which is very high up his arm, like it's practically already below the shoulder ball joint. So it looks a little bit awkward and stumpy. Wrist rotation, so the hands can rotate. More so suited just for hour rotation, so you can give him the bicep curler look, like he's homeless. The hands are 5mm compatible, by the way. Ball joints in the hips, so the legs can swing forwards and backwards and outwards, though not that far back because of the back cable formed from the rear doors. I mean, just the door panels. Thigh swivel, which is a bit limited, and a 90-degree hinge at the knee, and the feet can pivot up and down. Though you also got to play with the tailgate pieces from the bed of the truck to get some decent poses out of them. And the only other bit of playability you have is that he actually has this little thing that was stored in his left arm, like in the cab kibble on the left arm, which you can actually fold these legs out of to create a little tripod weapons drone. So he actually has a little friend. This is actually my second figure, because earlier, like before I went to TF Nation, I already gave one of these away to Thew. He seemed to like his. Yeah, I mainly just got this guy for a head swap. Yeah, and all, he's okay. Like, he does look the part, but the bluish plastic is a bit odd, and yeah, he can be very annoying to transform. So overall, although I do really like Movieverse Ironhide, I do have to bring this guy down a bit by giving him a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry. Like, it's not necessarily the best figure of this guy. There might be a few good ideas to it, but his small size actually turns out to be the big hindrance. So, yeah, that's all I got. And I guess we can continue the whole Ironhide shtick when I already freely announced that the next review is going to be on this dude. The War for Cybertron Netflix Decius drone with a whole bunch of extra weapons. See you then.